Hello and welcome into PeoriaCon 2024 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Tournament. We are currently getting ready to get started with some fast-paced, action-packed Mario Kart action. I cannot wait to see how today's tournament is going to go down, but I'm going to throw it over to Starkosi. How you doing today?
I am doing absolutely perfect. I am looking forward to see. We got a packed house tonight, 48 players and then some. 4 qualifiers today. I'm looking for some high-octane fast action.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. 4 full qualifiers. We have people waiting on the wait list right now. So it is a absolutely packed tournament right now, and I cannot wait to see what these competitors are going to bring, because guess what? At a convention, you got all sorts of skill levels, right? You got people who haven't played in a while, but guess what? That doesn't matter that much. You have the opportunity to come back because the game gives you the items you need to come back in these races. But I'm really, really excited to see what kind of tournament is going to be showing up today.
That's exactly right. Now, although each qualifier round only has 4 races, if you get bottom 2, bottom 3 for first race, don't worry, you can make it back with a solid race or 2, get back to the top 6 slots to qualify for semis.
Absolutely, absolutely. I could say better. Yeah, the biggest thing with Mario Kart, you cannot tilt after 1 race, right?
No,
4 races. No. There's a lot of points to get. Remember, these are full lobbies, so you got 12 competitors, 15 points for first place, 12 points for second, 10 points for third. So there is a lot of opportunity to get points back, to try and come back, and realize, do not count yourself out just yet. But we'll get that format up eventually. We're currently getting everyone sat down, placed. We're going through the wait list right now, and there's a ton of people here, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in this tournament today, because we also got people flying out and joining us today. You know, we flew out to be here, and we got a ton of competitors here as well being able to just join us today. So I'm super, super excited about that.
You and me both, Pidgey. We not only have a full house of players today here at the PlayEX Arena in PeoriaCon, Illinois, we also have a stacked house in the audience live as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking of audience, if you'd like to join us in live chat at twitch.tv/PlayXGG,
do it.
You can join us in the chat. We already have a few people in. Let me scroll back real quick. We got P Mercs, JoJo, Cass6019, Firestone, Fexican, Lady Jules herself, even though she's playing. Also see Nightcrawler, and yeah.
No, this is going to be a wonderful event. Honestly, all the equipment, you got the lights, you got a whole packed house. It is absolutely amazing. Like, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, PlayEX has put together an event, a high-quality event that's just super exciting, super professional. It is absolutely amazing to see just how much he's been able to bring here. Everyone's got their own setup. No one's playing split screen, so it's going to be an absolutely amazing event. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with this one, because let's just start listing out some names that are here right now. I mean, we got Ariel Apostle, who flew out. We got Sloppy Gunner, who's here. Danny Fathoms helping run in this tournament. We got Jiraiya right there, my goodness, in cosplay.
We also have Lady Jules herself along with Linguini Bruh in the house today. Let's hype it up for those two.
Honestly, I'm super, super excited. There's so many people traveling out to this event because it's just worth it at this point. You know, we're getting these events ran so professionally, so much just cool setup here, right? You have your own setup. You can bring your own controller. It is just amazing. It's wonderful. It's awesome. And I cannot wait to see it. Well, who's going to take it all home today? Because I ain't got a clue, because we got a lot of competitors here. We were watching during practice. They know what they're doing. They brought it up, you know, honestly.
There was a fresh face to me, at least. I was watching them shortly after. They were practicing the DK Mountain Disc, and they were a bit rough. They kind of hopped into the grass like a tiny bit, but other than that, they nailed it. And like everything else, it just takes practice. You don't get the first 10 times, just keep at it. You'll eventually get it.
Yeah, no, it's really, really cool to see that a lot of these competitors who have shown up today, they've been practicing, they've been time trialing at the setups before we've gotten started here today. So that's really, really cool. We got Danny Fathom right now sitting everyone down at their stations. So it's going to be a very, very cool time. And honestly, Danny Fathom doing an amazing job running this event, getting everyone set up, got all the switches set up. Everything's LAN, by the way, so the connection should be pristine, amazing, wonderful. There's no wacky online play connection. So it's going to be a really, really fun event, and I cannot wait to see who's going to be maybe taking some upsets from some of these competitors who have traveled so far. We're looking for Yoshimite.
Yoshimite, if you are here, come to the PlayEX Arena. Your name is being called to compete at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe LAN Tournament.
Hopefully they are going to be here. If not, we got a stacked wait list of competitors trying to get into this tournament, so it's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, last I saw there's a 48 player cap, but the number went up to 57 last time I checked. So.
No, it is awesome. And the crowd right now, amazing. Got tons of people waiting to play. And honestly, how have you been feeling about the DLC? Because, I feel like it has breathed new life into this game, right?
Oh,
With the 48 new tracks, there is so much to learn, so many new no item shortcuts in general. And just the maps, to me, in general, have only gotten better as the waves have been released. How have you been feeling about the DLC that's come out?
Entirely, like you said, 48 extra races. That's literally an entire game in and of itself.
It is. So it's crazy.
I love it. There's a map or two I was kind of disappointed. I was looking forward to seeing Bowser's Castle from the old N64.
Same.
You know what I'm talking about, the one with the psychotic swamp in the jail?
I was watching some previous clips of previous games. Yeah, no, I saw that one. That one looked good.
It did.
What's been your favorite DLC track so far, though? Because there's 48 of them.
All
right, we got everyone set. We're going to get in the lobby, though. But yeah, what's been your favorite DLC track so far?
Favorite one? It's hard. I'm partial to both Cityscape and Winter maps. I would have to go with, agree with Bonnie with Singapore.
Really?
And then the other one, the Bowser's Castle 3, BC3 is also really good.
Really?
Really good nostalgia track for me. From Super Nintendo days.
I like BC3. I think BC3 was probably the strongest track in the Wave 6 release. But we do have the first competitors of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe PeoriaCon tournament. We got Cheesy, Soul Zombie, Crimson Wraith, Tyranno, Lilith Bay, Deuced, Yoshi Might, Soka. I was going to say Sokka. I got the Avatar The Last Airbender in my mind right now. Sloppy Gunner, Get Traced On, Lady Jules, and Gamma Star for our first lobby. So a lot of fun names. I always love trying to battle my way through of understanding what people's names are. But how are you feeling about this first lobby?
Like I said before, I'm just excited to get into it, as sure as all the players here today.
Oh, yeah.
Going into race 1, we're still waiting on Pod 5 to join in real quick.
There we
go.
All right. Yeah, no, it's going to be really, really fun. Really excited to see what Sloppy Gunner's going to be able to do. He's looking a little bit nervous, a little bit on edge. I saw him.
I remember seeing him.
I like being in the middle because then I can just look at anyone who I want to look at and just absolutely just stare them dead in the eye. It's a little bit different than being up in a caster's booth and being away from the action. I love being in the middle of it.
There's no stress in the booth. It's always right there at the LAN tables.
It is. It is so nice. It is so nice just to see.
Speaking of Sloppy Gunner, I do remember either the last SNS or the tournament before that. They were actually doing good. I think they got grands one time. Is that correct?
Oh, no. Sloppy Gunner has improved so much. They're a consistent grand finalist at Saturday Night Speedway in Las Vegas. So, honestly, they have improved so much. They've changed up their loadouts a few times, and they've been able to just play extremely well throughout these past few months. And they honestly, their racing has just improved so much. But I'm really curious to see a lot of these new competitors who are going to bring their own kind of taste and flavor into this tournament.
And that's exactly all it is just consistency is key. Like I said earlier, if you're having a bad race in your first half of your set, don't worry about it. Come back strong. Even if you don't make the top cut to advance the semis, just finish your set strong,
Yeah, honestly, and remember, it's going to be top 6 moving on. So top 6 moves on from this. So you got to just worry about that. That's the biggest factor of it all. So if you're able to grab a couple top 3s, getting first, second, or third, you're already in a really good spot. So you really just want to aim for that top 6 placement. You will be able to potentially move on to semifinals and then get to grands. But first and foremost, top 6 moves forward from qualifiers, if I do know that correctly. Hopefully we'll get the format up eventually. We do have a slide for that, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to tilt, who's not used to the Mario Kart RNG. Here we go.
We got 4 qualifier rounds, 4 lobbies of 12. Players can select any track they want. However, if a track has been picked, you cannot pick it again unless you pick random. If you do and it lands on your choice, you will incur a 10-point penalty that goes across all rounds today.
Yeah, that's really, really important. Then we got 2 semifinal rounds where we're going to have 2 lobbies of 12 racers. Players are going to be able to select their tracks, and then it's going to be 6 races at 150cc. Top 6 per lobby advance once again. Then we got the grand finals, 1 lobby of 12. Players select tracks, and that's going to be a 12-race Grand Prix, which is absolutely insane, and I hope these players are ready for it. But we got our first calm error of the day, serving it up Gary's way. So we're going to be getting everyone back into the lobby very
out
soon.
Of the system right now. Yeah, not in grand, so but
quite literally, get it out of the system.
Just move it out of the way. Yeah.
But as you can see here, we got this beautiful 12-person POV, and we're going to be cutting between 12, 4, 1. All of the racers will be able to have a chance to get the limelight today, which I absolutely love and adore. But it's going to be really, really fun and interesting to see what's going to be happening in this one, honestly. And seeing what carts are going to be bringing, because remember, the meta has changed, all right? Everyone didn't like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because Waluigi was the poster child of this game for the longest time in the world. Now, it's Yoshi.
Agree. Waluigi took about 95% of the players' choices. The other percentages were DK, and then, if anything,
Donkey Kong, baby.
Yeah. I do remember watching you love DK and
I
like
did.
On the Scooty respect.
Yeah, me and Danny Fathom over there. Yeah, we love Donkey Kong Scooty. I just like to do it because it was different. I was like, you know what? And the DK dab went crazy. That's the one thing I do miss. Donkey Kong dabbing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Such a good animation. But yeah, no, it was definitely one of. What was your main loadout back in the other meta days?
Well, when I first started, I went with Roy on the Comet.
Oh.
And I actually was surprisingly good. It's weird because like you're so used to the outward drift going into inward. Definitely a whole entirely new learning curve. And then probably about 2 or 3 years after that, I went back to the outward. I went with a Scooty, stuck with Roy for my heavy. But I have a favorite for every way. It was Roy for heavy, Tanuki Mario for medium, and then Shy Guy for lightweight.
There you go.
The way I like to play it is that if, depending on what XYZ lobby I'm in, if I'm not having a good race or I just can't maneuver around, I switch it up to a different weight. I change my mindset and just take it from there. Get around my problem competitors. Play a more like defensive mind strat, and it just works out for me. It's going to be different for everyone else, of course. But
yeah, no, I totally do agree. I think defense is the way to play it. I mean, it's kind of different at every single Mario Kart tournament, right? As we get ready for the first qualifier of PeoriaCon's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament. I cannot wait to get this started. Everyone's selecting their tracks. We got some randoms. We got the new Rainbow Road, which I think is a terrible track. Let's go!
I disagree with it. I do see Moonview. I disagree entirely.
No, the new Rainbow Road. Well, not new. Wii Rainbow Road track. It really disappointed me. I did play a lot of Mario Kart on the Wii, so I was disappointed by that track. But we got a lot of randoms on there. We got my favorite track in the game, Super Bell Subway.
That we can agree on. I do like Subway as well. I also like
such
Madrid.
a hated track. It's so great.
I also like Madrid Drive and Music Park.
I love me some Music Park. It's one of my S tier tracks in the game. It's really fun. When you go down the piano keys, it syncs up with the music. I wish there was more tracks like that in Mario Kart that has this insane level of detail when it comes to just racing on it. It's so much fun. But we are getting ready for the first race of this qualifier. We're starting it out onto Luigi on the Mr. Scooty. We're talking about it. Mr. Scooty bringing a comeback, actually. It's become more relevant to play in these most recent months. I don't know why it's come back a little bit, but now we're going to be seeing the orange Yoshi being able to drag out another competitor. They're going to be sticking around in 8th place, going around to Dry Bones here. Going to be able to grab that double item box and work their way up. It is an absolute battle for this top 3 right now.
Ooh. Got Dry Bones sitting in first right now with a red shell for defense. Taking it to the air now. It's a little bit slower, however, depending on who's behind you and what they have. It could actually be a better speed. Kind of like right there, they kept their momentum when they got hit out. Unfortunately, got blocked by the gigantic music note.
They're going to get fired out there, and they're going to drop all the way down to 6th. But remember, it's just the first lap, and be careful about lag trails, because even though we're on land, the internet's supposed to be amazing. This is still a pretty old game. Nintendo's netcode has not been updated in a minute, so you got to be a little bit careful. Press that B button. Oh, no. Sloppy Gunner's going to get chomped by the Piranha Plant. Going to throw the green shell forward. It's bouncing. Will it get the smart bounce? We will never know. We're going over to this Luigi in 10th place. Going to be able to use their golden mushroom and then get past by the twin brother Luigi up there in 9th. We're going to be seeing them grab a single item box. Remember, always grab an item box. It's so insanely important.
We just saw Rosalina in first, swiped the player in first. Speaking of lag trail, if you're not aware, a lag trail is basically if you see someone in front of you, like how Rosalina has banana, even if you're in a potentially safe spot from 3 or 4 car lengths behind, that banana could still hit you.
Oh, and we're going to be seeing actually this Rosalina getting hit out. Almost falls off the track, but was able to also avoid that blue shell hit, which actually was better for them in the long run here. They're going to be able to stay here in second place. We saw a banana again thrown forward. Going to be able to back that banana. Grabs the double item box. Doesn't grab anything substantial right now, so Luigi's in a good spot, but Luigi hit the wall. Don't know what they're doing there. Going to be able to have a huge loadout, though, in first place. Let's see if they're going to be able to hold on to this, because this is the last section of this track. They're currently not using any of the tricks off the music note, but going to be able to take this wide turn. They get past at the last second. Throws the red shell forward, but it's not enough.
We got Shy Guy with a crazy 8. They held on to most of their items defensively. Now we're finishing off with a triple mushroom and landing 7th place.
Oh man, that poor Shy Guy. You see him crying on the screen. It's actually 7th place, not a terrible placement if you think about it. And you can see the various pods and where they were placed as well. But honestly, as long as you're getting like above, like I'd say even 9th through 1st, it's not a terrible placement. You just don't really get those like really low numbers for these first few races. But it's going to be really, really interesting seeing them go forward from here. What kind of tracks do you really want to see? Do you like today?
You'll probably hate me for this, but I want to see DK Summit. If anything, only for the NIST to see who can nail it and who cannot. It will make or break a race for everyone.
Yeah, I would rather see a different no-item shortcut. I don't get the appeal of it all. We're seeing a lot of random track picks, though, so coming out, which is really, really
Wario
interesting.
Stadium, Koopa Cape. I call it Galaxy Road, the Rainbow Road.
That's nice.
I got Boo Lake, SNES Road. There's your DK Summit. Oh, we going to Boo Lake for race 2, qualifier 1.
Really great track, in my opinion, but it's really fast. Like, the laps are done in, like, 30 to 45 seconds. Like, it's insane how short this track is.
Well, you have to remember, all the maps that were originally from either like Game Boy Advance with Boo Lake and Super Nintendo, they're going to be short.
Yeah.
Especially like Donut Plains 3, that one's also short. There's only 2 prizes.
I think Donut Plains 3 is honestly a pretty long track comparatively. Like
it can be, but if you don't take both of the NISTs on that map, it definitely take you a little bit longer than necessary.
It really, really will. We got Luigi on the screen, going to be spinning around. Going to drop all the way down to 4th, but it's not really that big of a deal. I would also remember to hang on to your items. Don't feel like you have to use them until you got a lineup just like that. Going to be able to snipe that Peach out of 4th place. Going to be able to use that green as well to hit out another competitor, but their item is going to get ghosted, which is really unfortunate, especially when you're in this spot right now. We're going to see that orange Yoshi taking over. Going to be able to see now the Luigi on the Mr. Scooty throwing the red shell forward. It's going to land. And now, no, they overdrifted into the water. That's a lake that you do not want to be in, because they get hit by the blue shell on the way out.
Another good information I want to give to all the players today is that if you use your rearview mirror by pressing the X button, that can give you such key information. It can plan your strategies no matter what items you have. It's like if you have a red shell yourself and you're wanting to throw the player in front of you, but the player behind you also has a red or two, you might want to hang on to what you got a little bit longer than you're intending.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that mirror, that X button is so, so important. Oh, that's
Luigi
and
12 to show the shock, throwing everyone. We got Plod 3 dodging in a bullet.
Now we got first place, which is most likely Sloppy Gunner here, just with a huge lead at this point. But the Dry Bones is right behind him. Going to be able to grab that double item box. Will it be enough? No! The Dry Bones gets backed with a bomb. They're dropping down to 3rd place, and they're going to be able to secure a 3rd place finish on this second race.
Well, hopefully they learn their lesson after that fiasco. But they made podium spot, which is what matters. Now,
it does.
If after these 2 races, if you're still like in the bottom 3, bottom 4, don't worry. There's still a couple of races left. If you get a solid like top 3, top 4, that'll bump you up a good 3 or 4 spots.
Oh,
easy.
yeah. You're already seeing the point totals right now. You're seeing 15, 15, 15, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. It's literally anyone's game to make it out of this still. We're at the halfway point of the first qualifier. So guess what? You still got 2 more races. And in those 2 races, you can get 30 points potentially. So never count yourself out from these qualifying races just yet, because you can see how close it is. You can see the point total after every race. Just do not feel like giving up just yet, because guess what? 30 points is a lot of points. It can boost you significantly up the ranks here today. And with 48 racers, the average point, for that sixth place cutoff, probably around 28 points, I'd say.
I'd say 28, 31, 32
Yeah.
on average. And also, the flip side of that also goes the same way. If you win your first 3 races, that's 45 points in the bag. However, if you get bottom 2, you're only looking at 46, 47, and about a quarter of the lobby will just pass you at the end. So.
It is really, really interesting to see how these points are going to be able to play out, because you're seeing right now, it's an equal playing field. Everyone's had an equal opportunity to grab that first place finish. Everyone's racing extremely well, and it's only a matter of time to see which competitors are going to be able to grab some more points to finish out these races. But going into the third race, we're going to Yoshi Valley, which is honestly a really good track. A lot of great bagging potential here as well. And if you don't know what bagging is, it's going back, grabbing some more powerful items, and then moving yourself forward with those items. So if there's a track with lots of off-road, you'll be able to go back, grab a powerful item, and work your way up and hope that you can come back in the race. But right now we're seeing this Shy Guy right now with a Fire Flower in hand, going to be able to just hold on to it, use the Fire Flower, hits the bomb, the Dry Bones is going to drop all the way down to third, avoids the green shell flying by their face, another green, and there's more greens in front of them.
Somehow dodging both greens without once checking the rear view camera at all. That's skill right there.
That is
that's some Matrix stuff right there.
I was about to say that. You know what? Is that Neo on the screen? My goodness. We're going to be seeing Sloppy Gunner in first right now, and then we're moving over to this Rosalina in second. Really good item pull right here. I would hold on to it for the time being, but honestly, if you can, should have used it to avoid the Fire Flower, but uses it to take out another competitor. Now we got Dry Bones on the screen with a Mushroom in hand. Honestly, if you're able to hold on to this and use this for the shortcut coming up, you'll be in a good spot. Got to be careful of that red shell, though.
Blue shell on the way. Go to heat the Peach on the Teddy. It lands. Gonna use the iframes to avoid the red shell and keep their banana for defense later on.
No! The Luigi gets hit by a star, which I thought it was going to be the red shell drag, but unfortunately, they got hit by a star, dropping all the way down to 10th. Boom!
Annihilating the Rosalina and the Cat Cruiser.
Man,
love to see it.
I do love to see that. We got now Peach working their way up in second place. Shot comes down, but guess what? Someone dodged in a star, and they're going to be able to take out that Peach, and now they're working their way up. No, you should have gone for the double item box. Let's see. They only grab a coin. Remember, if you go in first, you're only getting a coin. You got to grab that double item box in first so you get a coin and an item. But hopefully they'll be able to do it this time around. They do. Got to avoid this giant Yoshi egg. They get right past it, and they are looking good. Has a substantial lead going in this final few turns. Will they be able to hold on to it? No, they go into the off-road. The orange Yoshi is coming. They grab the mini turbo. The boomerang takes out that competitor, and orange Yoshi takes the race.
If you paid attention, Orange Yoshi had 8 coins while the Pokey only had 7. That's not a very much of a difference. However, as you plainly see here at the end of that race, it mattered in the end.
Yeah, that is rough. A rough finish, especially if you're not able to control your drifts. You're going to be heading off-road like a majority of the time. So don't be afraid to tap the B button. Don't hold on to it, but just tap it so you can get around these turns a little bit easier and hold the drift going into these next sections, because that's a huge factor, like you just saw there, seeing another competitor get taken out of the race just because they turned a little bit too wide.
It's perfectly fine to use the coward pedal every now and then. Speaking of the coin, it's also good to hold onto your coin if it's in your hand to bait the boo, because if you have a powerful item like a red shell in pocket or even a sound horn, boo's going to take whatever's in your hand first.
Absolutely, especially when you're in first place, because you don't want to hold the item in first, because then if you get booed, you're going to get redded. Remember to hold the coin if you're in first place. I mean, honestly, sometimes if a boo just happened or if you just got booed, you can maybe use it just to get your top speed up. But for the last race of qualifier number 1, we are going to RWS Wario Stadium. And this track is tough, because if you get hit out, you are going to have a very tough time coming back in this one, because there's not that many shortcuts. It's all about front running. It's all about staying in the front of the pack. We're already seeing wipeout on wipeout on wipeout. Half the lobby already getting trailed out.
Yeah, the Pokey looked behind way too close to the player in front. It was easy hit for the player. Now Curly and dead last. Hopefully they can pull a powerful double box here. Let's see what they get. They get a quad mushroom. That's no good. But it's still first lap. Anything can happen. You just never know.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a little bit more action going into the second lap, as we already see it here. Luigi getting hit out there. Remember, you got to tap that B button just a little bit. Bomb is thrown. It's going to hit 3 competitors on the turn.
Beautiful.
That is insane. So we got Luigi going into the second lap in 4th place.
Got Orange Yoshi in 3rd with a Piranha Plant. Chomps the Shot Guy out of the way. The disrespect is real in this final race. Shock lands. Was it 2, 3 people dodge? I see a Bullet Star and a Ghost.
Now we're seeing Luigi working their way up. Going to be able to have the boomerang. Hang on to the boomerang because it's huge for defense and offense. So if you're able, lands the last boomerang though. Don't even need to take the advice right there, as we got Sloppy Gunner back in the Fire Flower. Red Shell on the way. Going to be able to use the Fire Flower for defense. Gets rid of the red shell, and now we see this Luigi in 1st place. Going to be able to use that banana for defense. Great work there. Oh, the Shy Guy with the mushroom through the shortcut, working their way up. This is the last lap of this qualifier. Everyone's got to start catching back up.
1st place, Luigi on the pie frame, only a coin. Gets hit out by Pod 9. Gonna take it away. Hopefully they can keep running it till the end of this final lap.
We're going to be seeing a double item box from Sloppy Gunner here. Going to be able to grab a coin in hand. Remember, you want to hold on to this, especially if you're in 1st. Go through the double item box. If you have the coin in hand, the Boo will take that first. If he has the green shell, the Boo will take that one. You're going to be seeing them go for another item box, and now that Luigi is trailing a far length behind. But guess what? Has a red shell and some shrooms. Will it be enough, though? That's the question. Going to back the red shell and then use the shroom to cross the finish line. Grabs a 2nd place finish.
Do want to point out that while Luigi narrowly avoided the boomerang throw, however, they ended up falling off the corkscrew turn with the fire bars. Unfortunate, but they still made top 6 for that final race.
Yeah, and we're seeing that final. Whoa! I think we saw a tie. I think
so.
I think we saw a tie between the 2 of these
here.
competitors. We're going to be seeing how that's going to be working out here.
Tie for 6.
Let's go! We got a tiebreaker for 6th place. And you're seeing these other competitors, 26 and 12. 1 point difference for 2 different competitors. That is brutal. So how does the tiebreaker work? Are we going to show that? Are we showing that? Okay.
Oh, if it's the same as we all know and love, it's probably going to be Baby Park on 200 cc's.
I think so.
But
that would make the most sense.
Anything goes.
I think it would be kind of cool to have Baby Park 150.
I think so, yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Yep.
But we're going to be getting that tiebreaker set up. Both those competitors in 6th place got 27 points, which is absolutely brutal. But, man, we're going to be seeing who's going to be able to survive it. I believe we're going to be showing the tiebreaker on stream, which is really, really cool. So I'm really excited to see how that happens. We're getting the points entered in right now, so we'll have that graphic up eventually to see where everyone placed and how you did here today. But remember, we are live streaming on Twitch, so if you want to talk to us in the stream, PlayEX GG on Twitch.
Yep.
Join us today.
I see a few new names in the chat. We got one of our own stream team, Mega J Keezy, in the house.
Let's go!
Along with Zool, Alicat, Morzilla 11, Immortal. Everyone chat be popping off. Denair. Whole bunch of people enjoying the show. We're only through qualifier 1. We're doing a tiebreaker right now. Already, barely through the qualifiers. It's going to be interesting to see.
Honestly, I love it. I love when there's a tiebreaker and there has to, you know what, you get to this point where now, if we do, is it 200cc Baby Park? No?
Nope. It's going to be 150cc, one random pick. Players can only pick the random selection and just pray to the RNG gods you get a good map you like.
Yeah, is this gonna? One random race, 150cc. So we ain't doing the 200cc Baby Park absolute fiasco. that happens all the time. So there's actually going to be a lot more skill based. That's what I was saying. I like the option that we have here today, that we are able to do a random track selection. There's no advantage for anyone. No one knows what track's going to be picked, and then being able to do 150, which they're already used to, right? They're already used to 150.
One would think anyway. However, like I said, there's a few familiar faces. Like we got Ariel Apostle, Nerd Prom. If you're a brand new competitor into the competitive scene, don't fret. If anything can go. You can have a bad turn from like a top contender, and it'll just boost you up. You'll get the win. Especially the tiebreaker, they might screw up a turn or two. That'll put them in the back.
So honestly, it's going to be really interesting. Especially, I don't know if there's going to be bots on.
There should
in this.
be.
I think so. Because I think that
Dan
helps.
confirms there will be bots.
Okay, there will. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so there are bots on in this 1v1. And we do have the scores from the first lobby. We got 50 points for Sloppy Gunner in first place. Gamma Star in second with 41 points. Lady Jules in third, a very respectful finish with 37 points. Soul Zombie in fourth with 33. Boost in fifth with 28 points. And then Toronto in sixth, tying with Soka here with 27 points. Chizi and Yoshimite were both the ones that were a single point away from making it into the semifinals. Lilith Bay, Get Raced On, and Crimson Wraith were all, unfortunately, your time ends here. But we're going to be seeing Soka versus Toronto with this 1v1.
Yep. Although you didn't qualify to semis, we do appreciate you being here, just joining us today with Mario Kart. Always a good time. You're hyped up as much as we are, I'm sure.
It's super
100%.
excited. We have a ton of spectators here today. We have a ton of people looking to see the Mario Kart action. And this is a competitive Mario Kart. You're seeing it right here. We got the Sky Cam, which is absolutely amazing. Got Dave in the front running the stream. And you see all these competitors getting ready for the next round of qualifiers. It's absolutely amazing. Tons of amazing people here today. I mean, honestly, personally for me, I want to go through, as we get towards this 1v1, the stories of how you discovered competitive Mario Kart. Because when I first saw this game, I never thought that Mario Kart could be competitive. But there's a huge competitive scene with this game.
Oh, yeah. When I think of competitive, when I first thought of competitive video game play, I thought like the easier choices like Call of Duty.
True.
Fighting games like Street Fighter 6, Tekken. The way I found the competitive scene of Mario Kart, you're going to be surprised. It was literally a Twitter search years ago. Yeah,
really?
Exactly.
Out of all places to search for competitive Mario Kart, you said, you know what? Twitter is going to have my answer if this exists. That's actually really interesting.
It's true. Like, I've actually been playing competitively for about a little over 6 years now, mostly local. And then about 2 to 3 years ago, I found out what Lounge was. Tried my hand at that. It was just, in my own personal, I'm sure it's completely different now. This was like, again, years ago. Yeah. I'm sure it's completely different now, but it was just like a toxic environment for me. But however, we are at Mario's Circuit for our tiebreaker between Shy Guy and Waluigi.
Oh, yeah, they're already going at it right now. Currently, we have
already
Shy
halfway
Guy
through lap 1.
Oh, there we go. We got it on stream right now. Shy Guy in first place, Green Shell in hand. We don't get to see the minimap, but the Waluigi is not trailing that too far behind. Almost gets chomped by the Piranha Plant. That probably would have put the race in the books. But right now, we're going to be seeing the Shy Guy just having a demanding lead right now in first. Let's see if Waluigi can come back. They're really not that far away, though.
Not at all. The Shy Guy choosing to play it safe by not re-rolling the shell away for a different item to have coin in hand. Choosing to play it safe. Holding the green shell. Let's see what Waluigi gets with their double item boxes. A mushroom boomerang combo.
Oh, that's actually huge. If they were able to use that mushroom through this shortcut right here, as we're seeing where Shy Guy is, they would have been able to catch up and use the boomerang to hit him out. But honestly, it's a pretty dangerous cut to do, which I don't blame them that they didn't. They're just trying to catch up and try and hit out this Shy Guy who's currently running it, going into the final lap of this tiebreaker. We're seeing a red shell come forward. Will they be able to grab another double reds to try and hit him out? So right now, I would have just held on to that red shell and then gone through the item box to try and grab another red here so that we can hit him 2 times with red shells, because majority of the time, 99% of the time, you're going to be seeing first place with a single... I just got jinxed here.
Yep,
a single item, as we see first place getting a very rare double item pull here with double bananas in first. But right now, they're currently still winning this entire race. They are currently doing a great job, but now we're seeing them. Oh, the Waluigi doesn't have anything in their pocket to stop them, and that will be Shy Guy's victory in this tiebreaker.
Not much you could do outside of first place, especially with a sound horn and a single green shell in pocket.
Yeah, that's the tough part about 1v1s, right? You got to realize that you want to get 10 coins, right? 10 coins is the #1 priority, especially in regular races as well. Being able to grab 10 coins is so insanely important. And then the RNG in a 1v1 is totally different, right? In a normal race, you could get double reds a lot easier, but now you're dealing with the factor of saying, hey, it's whoever has the best driving lines and who's faster at the end of the day with a 1v1.
Even if you're low on coins, if you only got about like 4 or 5 coins, if your lines on the map are stronger than your opponents, you'll catch up to them real quick if they maintain that same level of tightness in their turns.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you always want to strive for that 10 coin mark regardless of what lap or how far back you are.
I wish I could say who was the Shy Guy. I really want to shout out their name, if it was Soka or Toronto. Danny, who was that? Soka or Toronto? He's busy.
Busy helping out the player base with the pods. Doing a good job.
Toronto was the one who won that tiebreaker.
Good job, Toronto,
amazing.
for qualifying.
Yeah, no, they're going to be able to go forward to that semifinals, which is going to be... We're going to be quiet for a time being.
Top 6 move on to the semifinals, and do not play the track that's already been played. If you do, it's minus 7.
All right, we are getting ready for qualifier #2. For here, we got whoa, Crimson Wraith again. Maybe
Let's double check with Dave here.
Yeah,
Dave, what do you think?
Okay, he's fixing it up. He's fixing it up. All right.
We'll get it situated here.
Yeah,
folks.
we'll get the shout outs for the second qualifier here as everyone's selecting their lobby right now. Selecting their map for the time being. A lot of good picks, a lot less randoms on the board right now, which I like to see.
Selecting their glider choice, too.
Yeah, gliders matter a lot, actually. There's some hidden stats in Mario Kart, if you didn't know, especially with gliders and otherwise. But we do have lobby #2 for the PeoriaCon Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament. We got Pepperjack, Goofball, Plat V, Willow, Nerd, Army Knight, Sebasta Awesome, Small Burger, Little Bug, Freak Show, Carla Zeus, and Fire Goat. Fire Goat was here. That's awesome. We were shouting out for him before, but yeah, awesome name. Really stacked lobby. Let's see how this is going to go. We're going to Rosalina's Ice World, one of the most recent DLC tracks.
We also got a huge fan for Little Bug, who happens to be our own Aerial Apostle's sister today.
Oh, let's go. So I'm going to be hoping the best for them as we do have the Yoshi on the screen. That's going to be pod #1, who is Pepperjack. Going to be dropping down to this Yoshi on the inward bike, going to be bumping to the side. And the really weird thing is that in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they added the half pipes back, and they are a little bit janky in my opinion.
A little bit. However, on Rosalina's Ice World lap 2 and 3, if you use the half pipe boost ramp, you can still maintain the top path on the iceberg if you land it right.
Yeah, and I have not learned how to land it, but it is insanely faster if you're able to mini turbo off that section and land on the iceberg. But no! We're seeing the Gold Peach, unfortunately, using the shroom off the track. Now we're back onto this Yoshi, and I think they landed the back green, but that was absolutely brutal. So they're going to be just chilling here in second place until they can grab an item to take out first.
We got top 2 Red Yoshis neck and neck, nearly second place with a banana. Red shell in pocket. Going to depend. Oh, throw the red shell at the Dave face at first. See if it hits. It is going to connect. Yoshi down. Nothing to defend.
No.
There it is.
Oh, the invincibility frames allowed the Yoshi to live another day. They're going to be able to grab that double item box. They're going to go off to the side here. Take a little bit of a faster path because you see those boost panels. They help a lot. As we see this Tanuki Mario going to have those triple greens on the screen. Now we're seeing, the baby Luigi getting starred in third place. And green shelled from behind. They are having a bad time. We're going to be seeing them drop all the way down to 8th place. And we got Daisy on the screen, going to be able to grab that single item box. Green shell in hand. They're going to be able to just hold on for the time being. Honestly, I would just hold left trigger and be able to hold that for defense because that's a lot safer than just holding it in your hand. And guess what? That red Yoshi had an air horn to avoid the blue shell, but now they don't because the shock came down.
So unfortunate, but the race is still going on. I don't think the second place is too far behind from first. Still top 2 Red Yoshis.
Yeah, the red Yoshi battle is really, really entertaining. As we see the green shell snipe.
The snipe is real.
Ooh, and now the Yoshi on the Yoshi bike is going to be able to take over this race.
Second place falls in the pit right at the last turn. Drops down to 6.
And now the other red Yoshi grabs second place. We're seeing this orange Yoshi finish the race in 10th place. What a first race of this qualifier. It was an absolute bloodbath battle of these red Yoshis, just nonstop going back and forth. Everyone was battling it out, but that last turn, a little bit shaky. It's kind of tough.
A little bit, and back to what I said even before the races began. I told you every qualifier tonight is stacked. You're going to have a lot of high-octane fashion races left and right.
Yeah, no,
the entire time.
It's a pretty even playing field throughout this entire tournament so far, especially through the first qualifier. We've been seeing a lot of just really great racing and a lot of just talented individuals coming and joining us for this tournament today.
Going into race 2 of qualifier 2, we got Bowser City, Big Blue, Piranha Plant Slide, Airport, one of my favorites, Choco Mountain, and Mount Wario. What map do you want to see? I see Royal Raceway in the corner as well.
I do love me some Royal Raceway. I love me some Neo Bowser City, Toad Harbor, a lot of base 48 tracks. You can tell a lot of these competitors might not be too comfortable with the new DLC tracks, which is completely fair. There's still some that I haven't played, but we are going to Choco Mountain, which is a really fun track, in my opinion. I think it's really well done. Very straightforward. There's nothing complex about this track. Just not get squished by the giant boulder and stay on the track. Two important factors of this one.
It's a very good nostalgia track as well from the Nintendo 64 days.
It is. It really, really is. I think every track that they brought from the older generations looks magnificent. I think they did a great job upscaling it.
My only gripe, and it's a Wave 0 is what I like to call it. My only gripe is with Royal Raceway, you can't explore the castle grounds like you could in the N64 days.
I agree. I think that was such a missed opportunity. It was such a fun part of it, too. It made it so immersive.
I know.
I don't know why they did that. But right now, we got the Tanuki Mario on the screen in 5th place. Going to be able to grab some Fire Flower. They can do some damage right now. But guess what? 5th place also has Fire Flower. But they're going to miss almost every single throw with that. And guess what? If you don't check your back camera, there's going to be no!
They're going to take out the gold piece, dragging their red. That is the bad thing about not checking your rear view camera. If you were not dragging your red and you got horned, you'd still keep your red shell for later on.
Yeah, honestly, it is a very important factor to really realize who has a red shell in front of you and behind you. Because if you don't know what's behind you, you're going to get head out more times than not. Like we said, press that X button, check that rear view camera. We're seeing this Daisy get hit by that blue shell. Drop down to 3rd, which isn't bad. And you're seeing the pack on the screen right now on the mini-map still very close together.
Agreed. It's only 2nd lap. Not very much threat of a shock. I'd say about maybe 10% chance. Honestly,
yeah, Choco Mountain's very unshock-like, right? You know, it's a little bit cloudy, but you know, I really don't see shocks a lot of the time on this track.
We've got King Boo in 4th place, a little bit trailing behind with triple greens. Chooses to spam the remaining 2 with a 3rd in hand. Go to hope for better items to try to catch up to the podium spots up front.
Now Daisy has a mushroom in hand, going to be able to just hold on to it for the time being. You can use the mushroom right here to go through that little archway in this cave. It saves you like a little bit of time. It's nothing too crazy, but now the red Yoshi's going to get chased down by the blue shell. Boom! They're going to get hit and get passed up by the other red Yoshi now. Daisy's still chilling in 3rd place, has the boomerang for defense, avoids the boulder by an inch. And now we're seeing this red Yoshi bump the wall, which is going to make him slow down just a little bit. And now got to be careful that they don't get lag trailed. Battle to the finish. No!
There it is! The lag trail is there.
The lag trail takes out the red Yoshi on the ink splatter. And that is going to cause them to grab 2nd, which is only 3-point difference. But still, you want that 1st place.
Yep, such a great photo finish right at the end. That's the kind of races I enjoy when it's neck and neck, regardless of point value or lead. Those are the types I like to see either as a caster or just me competing.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. I think just the nail biters, Lightning McQueen situation is always a really fun thing to see, especially when you realize how equally skilled this whole lobby is at this point. And honestly, it's still anyone's race. 2 more races to go. 30 points on the board potentially if you're able to grab those 2 first places. But right now, we're trying to see what these competitors are picking, what they're
We got
thinking.
a
A lot of
few-
Electrodrome. Jeez,
Yeah, I was going to say, we
Louise.
got a lot of revotes with Electrodrome, Royal Raceway, Piranha Plant. I want to see Hyrule, Trainbow, or a Ninja Hideaway are my top picks as
Yeah.
well overall of the 96 we have available.
In this lobby in particular, they are definitely sticking to the base 48. They are more comfortable with that, which is really respectable. These days, especially in the competitive Mario Kart scene, we see a lot more DLC picks, like non-stop. Like you're talking about Lounge, which is the ranked Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Discord. But like I said, I jinxed it again. We are going to Ninja Hideaway.
One of my favorite courses from the DLC tracks. I like the lines where you can go across the chandeliers, and if you time your line and drift right, you can nisk through the Piranha Plant cut board down below.
That is true. And you can even, I like this track because there's a lot of paths that you can take potentially, right? You can go up, which is a lot safer, or you can just stay down into the bottom path, which is faster, like significantly faster, but it's not as safe. You can get hit out a lot easier. Oh, the red Yoshi taking a wrong turn, and they're going to be stuck onto the light post. That is terrible. And we're seeing this other red Yoshi trying to be careful. They do not want to get lag trailed here. They're going to be able to get around that red shell, grab the double item box, and going into the final section of this track. Ninja Hideaway, it seems big, but it finishes really fast.
Agreed. We see Daisy holding on to the top two, very neck and neck tight, I believe with the Waluigi earlier, unless I'm mistaken.
Now we got Daisy going to be able to hold on to the bananas for the time being. Going to be able to just say, hey, you know what? Saw the red shell. Oh, no! What? That's what we were talking. No!
Hate to see it.
That is tough. And now we're seeing the Link use the air horn to take over first place. What a change up in this race. You really hate to see it.
It's another great play. You want to capitalize on your competitor's mistakes like you just witnessed there a moment ago.
Yeah, you really do, and that's exactly what just happened with that Link, who is still in first place at this point. Now we see the red Yoshi working their way forward, mushroom in hand, going to be able to just hold on to it in first. And remember, you can actually use a mushroom to dodge a blue shell. So if you are able to just say, hey, I want to dodge a blue, we're hopefully going to be able to see it right now.
Yep,
No,
red
we're
Yoshi
not.
has it.
No!
However, there's a red shell in play. Oh, they burn their mushroom to choose to block the road with their banana. Now the blue shell's going to land. Here it comes. They don't have a coin. No.
In that situation, you want to get hit by the red and then dodge the
Exactly.
blue with the mushroom.
Exactly.
Being able to get hit by the red means you have forward momentum. If you get hit by a blue, it stops you in your tracks. So being able to hold on to the mushroom is so much better. So we're seeing this Daisy once again working their way up to first place.
Back to dodging the blue shell with a mushroom. The window is very, very narrow. However, it's the exact same timing every single time. So once you master that timing, you'll dodge the blue shell free with a mushroom every single time.
Oh no! The red Yoshi's going to use the fire flower, but it bounced back into their face. Daisy now has a significant lead. They're going to be able to trick their way. No, it gets past at the last second.
Oh.
The red Yoshi comes out of nowhere and takes the first away.
Let's go, Red Yoshi.
Man, I really wish that we could get the names on the screen so we could shout out these competitors who are just doing these absolute monumental upsets. Hopefully, we'll be able to get those eventually on screen once we get to these semifinals. But man, pod number 1 bringing the heat. Who is actually, I do have the leaderboard. Hold on. Pod number 1 is Pepperjack, who has just come out swinging tonight.
Oh, yeah. They were hyped up in the Discord earlier until they saw Ariel putting their name in the hat. Kind of got Plat V worried, or Peppermint worried a little bit.
Yeah, no, Ariel Bonsel, fantastic racer. I mean, we got Nerd Prom here,
Oh, yeah.
another fantastic racer as well. I mean, there are just so many wonderful, wonderful competitors who are able to come out here, support the local scene, because guess what? It's just the one thing that you can do. Just joining these tournaments, whenever you see them, join them, show your support and love for the game. And if you didn't know, we do have a Smash Brothers tournament tomorrow as well. So if you already haven't gone sign up for that, you can sign up for the Smash Brothers tournament that's going to be ran at the same time tomorrow, maybe earlier. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, we do have that coming up to
We just
Sunday.
got coconut mauled going into race 3.
Oh, feels bad, man. Getting coconut mauled on race 3, and you hate the final race.
Final race, excuse me.
All right, this feels a little bit better, getting coconut mauled on the final race. But guess what? Some of these competitors really need a great finish to move on to semifinals. Remember, it's just top 6. That's all that matters.
Yep.
We've got Daisy on the screen has a mushroom, going to get pushed to the wall, but uses the mushroom for the shortcut. Great work there. And now they're going to be able to take over first place for the time being. Never mind for the time being.
Saw Yoshi try to take the cut up top with the mushroom. However, they T-boned a wall instantly, lost all their speed going through the off-road section.
Yeah, that is one of the most brutal factors of that shortcut, that you don't realize how short a mushroom lasts until you use it, and then boom, it's done. You get caught in the off-road. But now, no! The Tanuki Mario gets caught in the off-road. They've just flew into the out-of-bounds area, and now the red Yoshi going to get caught on the wrong side of the escalator. Throws the bomb forward. Boom! It lands! What a bomb snipe from this red Yoshi.
That was going to allow the King Boo to pull him to third, but they too hit a wall and managed to not take advantage of the hit from the bomb snipe. Truly unfortunate.
Now we're seeing Daisy on the screen in first place, still chilling. Has the mushroom. Hopefully we'll be able to see the blue shell dodge with the mushroom this time around, but let's see.
Don't want to give the players a visual aid on how to dodge a blue.
Yeah, I know. You can only see it from examples, so that we can now bring that example into our descriptions of how to do it. But right now, that Daisy having a pretty substantial lead, probably around a 2 to 3 second lead right now.
I would say actually a 4 to 5, but the red Yoshi's coming in hot, going through the cut up top along with the other red Yoshi.
Oh, the green shell smart bounce
from the top of the edge shell. Let's go.
Gonna throw back the green shell. It doesn't land. Shot comes out. 2 players dodge. And now that's going to give them a huge opportunity to come back. That Waluigi got stuck on a wall, actually. So they're going to lose their opportunity to come back in this one. But right now, it's once again the story of Daisy and the 2 red Yoshis. We're going to be seeing Daisy in first place going down to this final turn. They're going to be able to take it. Blue shell on the way. Throws the bomb forward. And they grab a first place finish.
Super late blue shell right at the line. Unfortunately, couldn't witness a blue dodge this race.
And now we're seeing the other red Yoshi getting passed at the final second. You know what? We saw it last qualifier. That passing up could be the make it or break it situation for that competitor. But we'll be getting those scores tallied very soon and seeing if there's any tiebreakers. Are there any tiebreakers?
I do not see any at all.
No tiebreakers with this qualifier. So we'll be able to run into qualifier number 3 really fast very soon. Really excited to see what's going to be popping here. Honestly, what a absolute... This was a little bit more different, actually, from the previous qualifier. The score is a little bit more separated, but it's still really close. Like, you're seeing a 2 to 3 point difference between the placements of what we're seeing.
I was going to say, it is a little bit widening on the point lead. However, top 3 was within 8 points, like 8 or 9 point difference from podium spot.
Yeah, it is a very, very close race, and we're going to be able to get those scores on the board very, very soon and seeing who's moving on to that semifinals. Because right now, we're going to be able to round out the first semifinals from these next 6 competitors who made it. And we're already getting everyone sat down. Danny absolutely doing work today, being able to just line everyone up, saying, you know what, you're qualifier number 3, you're qualifier number 4, and we're getting people in and out very, very fast. But it's really exciting to see who's going to be able to take the crown for these qualifiers, at least.
Agreed. We got Danny cracking the whip, nice and hot, getting everyone in and out.
And then we got
flavor.
Cozy Fog in the chat.
I was just going to say, we got a very, very good rule of note here from Cozy Fog in the chat. It says, in 4 race tournaments, every point matters. Even if your grand total is like 14 points, if you make top 6, that's top 6. You make the cut.
It is.
All that matters in the end.
It does. It does. As long as you're top 6, nothing else mattered. No other mistakes mattered more than getting that top 6 placement. I mean, in qualifiers, it's a little bit more lenient because you don't know like the skill levels of everyone there. But once we get to semifinals, right, those are all competitors who have rightfully earned their spot there. You know what? They're going to be a little bit more on the talented side of Mario Kart. And then we're going to be seeing grand finals who have all just absolutely battled each other for that spot in grand finals. So it only gets more and more difficult as time goes on. So if you didn't do good in qualifiers, but you still made it to semis, you got to do a little bit of practicing, get the Switch out, try to do something, and try and bring back a little bit of edge to your game.
All right, we got leaderboard on screen momentarily. Here we go. First place with 52 points, we got Nerd, followed by Pepperjack with 44. In bronze, Plat V with 37, Small Burger with 32, Fire Goat with 25, and Army Knight with 24. Unfortunately for Carl Azus Sabasa Awesome, Goofball, Willow, Littlebug, Freak Show. Your time ends here. Just hate to see it.
Yeah, honestly, really great work, though, from these top 6 competitors. And you're seeing a 3-point difference between making it to semifinals and getting eliminated here today. But guess what? There's going to be more tournaments. Remember to scan the QR codes, get into the Discord server, and really learn when the next Mario Kart tournament is. Because if you enjoyed your time here, there's going to be so many more popping up. We've got a huge tournament in Atlanta. We just announced it. $3,500 across the board of terms of tournaments. There's going to be a free-for-all tournament, there's going to be a 2v2 tournament, and then there's going to be a battle mode tournament. So guess what? In Atlanta at MomoCon, $3,500 across the board of those tournaments. So it's going to be a fantastic event. But right now, focusing on PlayEX, just want to shout out some other tournaments coming up, knowing that, hey, if you didn't do good here, you got time to practice and get ready, and maybe put your hand in the pot for some of these big tournaments coming up for Mario Kart.
100. All right, we got Lobby going in.
Lobby is getting ready. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some more absolute nail-biting situations. That's what I love seeing today. Those red Yoshis were going at it. They did. They were not giving an inch. So we got lobby number 3.
We got Storm, Bo Boyce, Blackberry Jam, Cheesy, Smash, Just Another JD, CC Jean, Thick Filet, Myth, Potato, Ant, and Linguini, bruh.
Ooh, Linguini, bruh, in this one. An absolute menace of all menaces. Everyone in the chat's been looking forward to seeing him on the stream.
Yeah, we already got 2 here with Triangle and P-Mercs rooting for Linguini.
Let's go. I'm excited. You know what? And with this tournament, we might see some upsets. It's been really, really interesting to see a lot of these new competitors just being able to, make their mark here today.
And even so, if this is your first time even knowing that PlayEX exists, we do eventually offer some online tournaments as well. So if you can't make it to your local scene the next time we're around, just keep it on tab, playx.gg for those online tournaments in your area.
Yeah, it's honestly, they run fantastic events. Even the online tournaments are ran March 23rd online. That's actually a charity event, fun facts. We're going to be raising money for the Starlight Foundation. Absolutely amazing organization. They supply Nintendo Switches for sick kids in the hospital. So honestly, I did a fundraiser for them as well. They're a fantastic organization. So they set up a whole pod that they can bring in to the hospital room so that these kids can experience all of these games that they may not have a chance to. So it's really, really cool to see that we're going to be able to do that March 23rd. So if you want to play an online tournament here, hosted by PlayEX, who hosts the tournaments just as well as it's ran in person, March 23rd, mark it on your calendars. It's going to be a fantastic one. But right now, I believe we're about ready to get in. Danny running around, making sure everyone's controllers are connected and ready to go.
Yep, I see a couple still choosing their cart loadout. So I got King Boo on the Varmint. No, Scooty. No, wait. Hyrule Bike. No, what's going to be? ATV. Okay, now you're just trolling.
He said at the ATV part, he gave up. He's like, I'm done. That's where I draw the line.
But speaking of Starlight, if you enjoy playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to beat up on kids, why not join the charity event and do it for the kids?
That's a good point. Why not? You know what? Raise some money, put it towards a great organization, a great cause. March 23rd.
We're just going through the basic rule set for the next lobby.
All right, we're getting ready. Qualifier number 3.
Here we go.
I'm excited to see it. We are already halfway done with the qualifiers. So honestly, we're speeding through it right now. I'm loving to see it. Danny is absolutely putting forward the work, just doing amazing stuff, getting everyone in the lobby situated, and it's being ran absolutely fantastically. But right now, we're getting everyone's. Honestly, pick a map. Don't pick random. Don't leave it up to chance. Be able to say, hey, I like how this track looks, and be able to pick it.
Pick maps that you are an ace on. Like if you're great at Cow Stadium or France or Boo Lake, pick with ones. If you master the Gorge Cut, go with that map. Pick the maps you know you are good at. Yeah. Or if you're not, pick maps you think your opponents might just absolutely get wrecked on.
Yeah,
and go that route.
Exactly. Like once you get used to like the community, the Mario Kart competitors, and seeing what they're picking, and we're going back to Bull Lake that we saw in the first qualifier. But like I said, if you know like maybe a competitor that's in this lobby that doesn't do too well on this track, yeah, pick it. Why not? Make them struggle a little bit more. So we got a stacked loadout in this one. Hopefully we'll be seeing a little bit more nail-biting action as we get ready for the first race of qualifier number 3.
Oh, guaranteed. Every single race so far has just been nail-biting.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing to see all these new competitors come by and really try their hand and really show what they got in Mario Kart, because guess what? It's for everyone, too. So that's the great thing about this game. Any age, any person can come up to this tournament and say, you know what, I can put my hand in it. Here we're seeing
Birdo taking the Nisk.
Yeah,
coin in hand, trying to battle it out with the Mario. Get slapped, Mario. The disrespect. You're going to slap the player whose name is in the title of the game. How dare.
And now we see this Boo on the screen, going to be able to grab that double item box, hit a wall just a little bit, but having that star power helps a lot of it. And this bullet bill is so useful. Like I talked about before, this track is insanely short. So when you use this bullet bill, you're going to be seeing yourself catch up extremely fast to the other competitors.
We got a blue shell landing on the blue Birdo. However, they had a banana in hand. If they decided, they could have slowed down, topping the brake, throw the banana behind him, run into him on purpose. That'll avoid the blue shell damage, 100%.
Yeah. It's really useful because, like I talked about, forward momentum is always better than just getting hit by the blue shell. As we, what a backed banana. We see that Peachette just running right into
just
it. That's
throwing
brutal.
right off.
That is absolutely insane as we got this Mario just chilling in first place. We can only assume that it's Linguini. Now we got this Birdo in second. Going to have the red shell in hand, going to be able to hold on to it. Another blue shell on the way, and there you have nothing to avoid it with. They're going to get hit, and guess what? The Birdo's back into first place with an insane loadout.
Even if the blue shell's on the way to you, if you have nothing to dodge, whether you have the item yourself or if the banana is like too far away like you witnessed there, just fall off the track. Lagartu recovering you is faster than getting just stopped dead in your tracks by a blue shell direct
That's
hit.
where I actually disagree with you. I think falling off the track does not help at all because potentially you're taking the risk of losing 6 coins rather than just getting hit by the blue shell and losing 3. So if you're not timing that fall off exactly right, you are actually losing a lot more than just saying, hey, I'm going to get hit by the blue and keep driving.
That's true.
I've seen that time and time again where people try and do the fall off tactic and they lose 6 coins, and now they're playing catch up not only in spots but also in coins.
That is true, but the later you time it to dodge it by falling off, the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have to get your practice in. Like I said, like everything takes practice.
It does. It does. So. And also with falling off the track, you can avoid other items coming your way potentially. You know what? Oh, there you go. Doing it off a glider. We got the strats coming out from the Annie family. Yeah, if you want to fall off and try and dodge a blue shell, do it off a glider section.
Unfortunately, in Blue Lake, there is no glider section.
Unfortunately, yes.
However, we're going to Maple Treeway for our next race.
This does have a glider section, so maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see a blue shell dodge off the glider. But yeah, Maple Treeway, how do you feel about this one?
I enjoy it from the nostalgia take. I remember playing this back when it debuted in a previous Mario Kart rendition. I kind of both like and dislike how the TS, the target shock, you can no longer shock someone in a glider section, force them down below. They got rid of it when this wave debuted.
Yeah, I do miss the target shocks in the game now. Before, you would get hit by the shock and fall down on the glider sections, but since they added so many tracks with gliders, they were like, you know what? We'll just change the mechanics all in all, and now you won't fall down when you get hit by a shock. Oh, I was about to say fall down like we're seeing here, but fortunately enough, they were able to stay on the track and hold on.
Got Luigi in second place with a single red, trying to threaten first place. I believe is the blue Birdo once again. Yes, going on a glider ramp. Single banana in drag position. Oh, shock lands. That's a pretty early shock and a first lap.
Yeah, that was a pretty early shock, so we're going to be able to see probably another one coming up towards that third lap area, maybe even at the end of the second lap. Blue shell on the way from 12th place. It's got a lot of climbing up to do, but that blue Birdo is going to get targeted once again by this blue shell, and guess what? I don't think they stopped soon enough. They did not. They stopped for half a minute, and it was not long enough. That's something they changed as well, where you got to just realize going forward, you cannot do an after you anymore. So if you stop and try to get the blue shell to go after another character, they changed it so that the blue shell locks on a lot faster than it did before.
Entirely correct. Yeah, it used to be the moment you after you'd, if you were a second or two within that time frame before the blue shell showed up, it was successful. Now it's like you got to wait a solid 5-6 seconds to do that. And with that in mind, it's like, do you even really want to at that point?
Yeah, you really don't. Like you just saw there, you lose so much more time. Oh, shock and blue shell. Luigi gonna get hit right before the glider, which is probably the best time to get hit by something because the glider always brings you back up to full speeds. But like you're saying before, going back and braking is always going to be slower. You're going to lose so much more time than just saying, hey, I want to go forward, get hit by the blue, and continue my race. But right now, we got the Luigi on the screen, going to be able to throw the red shell forward, going to be able to avoid the Wiggler that was on the march to take out this Luigi. And now it's a brother v brother situation throughout these last few turns. Let's see who's going to be able to take this one. Now, look at that. They went through the bushes. Oh, what a back with the green shell. This Mario now is going to have a confirmed first place finish. I don't think the Peach Head has anything to stop him.
No, the triple mushrooms. They just got to maintain second place and hope the Luigi can't catch up.
What a backed green. Oh, no! The Waluigi didn't expect the banana in front of him, but still grabs a fifth place finish. Respectable finish there. And now we got the Toad finishing in ninth.
Once again, another great race indeed.
Man, I love to see it. You know what? We haven't seen a lot of backed items like that throughout this entire tournament. We've only been seeing a lot of respectful plays. You know what? Them throwing forward the bomb, them being, being a little bit more respectful than what we're used to in Mario Kart. But that backed green was absolutely insane.
I was fully expecting the Daisy, I believe, winning Coconut Mall to BM their bomb, but they chose not to. So
Same. You know what? I do respect it too. I think it's really nice that, you know what? It's one less thing to worry about because majority of the time you're going to be seeing that bomb get thrown backwards, but then you're like, all right, I can confirm a second place finish. I'll chill with it.
I see two great picks. I want to see Rome Avanti and Moonview.
Rome is such a fun track.
I love it as well.
I think it's really, really fun.
I like they have the rocky wrenches at the end. You trick off of them for an extra boost of speed. And the fuzzies in the air as well is a nice touch.
It is. It really, really is. We're going to be seeing the randomizer brewing. It's going. I love that we have the Mr. Beast me on one of the pods. I was laughing at that before. Nice. But we are going to Cheap Cheap Beach, which I enjoy this track a lot. It's so much fun.
It's all right. I call it wet desert in reference to dry desert.
That's funny.
It's in the fact that it's open area for the most part of the race. If you have red shells or even triple greens, you're bound to hit somebody with a direct snipe attack.
Yeah, it is a very, very fun track because there's, especially in the middle beach area, you have so much space to land a hit. And if it doesn't land, it's going to land. Because you're going to be seeing people stretching all across the entire place here. We've got Mario here in first place. They're going to be able to just chill right now, playing extremely well for the time being. Avoids the green snipe with the banana. That could have been a very, very hurtful green shell. Would have dropped them down a lot, but right now they are just chilling, and now we're seeing this top 6 race being so close. Backed bomb, and now this Waluigi takes over 2 spots up to 4th place.
I also want to point out this Mario in first place has some really nice tight lines, as you can see in that first lap alone. Second and third's got to have to work cut out of him to maintain, to take over first place. Got Birdo with a red, chaining into another item. Hopefully they get another to take over first. They get indeed another red shell. Unfortunately, third is not letting second place do their job by throwing their own red. It looks like they hit a crab anyway.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing this blue Birdo once again getting hit by this blue shell. But guess what? I think that goes to show that saying, hey, just because you get hit by a blue, your race is not done yet. You can still come back. The blue doesn't end your race. Only the finish line does.
Especially when the blue shell only hits within the first 2 laps. You still got a full lap after the fact to make a comeback.
Yeah, exactly. And now
Shock will land early on third lap.
Now we're seeing Pod 6 on the screen, which is just another JD. They're going to be able to have a green shell in hand. Going to be just chilling for the time being because they didn't really grab a great item. So now we see the Mario. They slowed down, and the Luigi did not slow down either. But guess what? I thought I saw some double reds, but there was actually double greens from this blue Birdo. They're going to be working their way up. It's going to be pod number 11, which is the ant on the screen right now, I do believe. Mushroom in hand, going to be able to just use it, get through the shortcut, final turn. They're going to be able to grab another first place finish. Mario absolutely dominating this third qualifier.
Now, if you're in second place, or excuse me, if you're in third place and you have second place in your field of vision, you see they have at least one red shell. You want to let them do their job, let them take out first place, and then after the fact, you can counterattack second and hope to take first place over yourself.
Exactly. But we're seeing still a lot of close scores there.
I think I saw top 2 is a 6-point difference, if I'm not mistaken.
All the way down. That was absolutely insane. My goodness.
That goes back to a previous point I made. Even if you're currently in like 9th or 10th place going into this final race, if you get first place over this next race, top 3, top 5, if they have a bad race, you'll bump up easily 4 or 5 spots just like that.
Yeah, so. It really is that close, especially like even top 6 will bounce you up a lot of spots. So you can't count yourself out just yet. Remember, first place, 15 points. If you feel like you're behind, you grab first, you could be right back in it.
I see DK Mountain.
The final race.
We're going to Tokyo Blur.
Hey. This is actually a pretty uneventful track, in my opinion. Lots of straightaways. There's not much to it. There's not many. There's only one shortcut that you really got to think about when it comes to this track. But honestly, it's going to be quite interesting. Final race of qualifier number 3. Let's see who's going to make it or break it for their semifinals appearance. We are now on to Waluigi here. Going to be able to grab a pretty good boost, but gets passed by other competitors who got a perfect boost. So there's different levels of how, like perfect you can get that first boost in the game.
We see the Toad burn out right at the start, but hopefully the triple mushrooms will knock him back up in a mid-pack. Almost got screened there. Hopefully they'll pull a red shell or a strong item. Nope, pulls another mushroom yet again. They could have, instead of burning it, they could have used it to take the shortcut for free. However, you can take that shortcut for free if you nisk it.
Yeah, you can. It's honestly not the most make it or break it no item shortcut in the game. No,
you only save about like a half to a full second.
Yeah, if you're in first, I would say absolutely take it to try and get a bigger lead. But other than that, if you're able to just keep driving, the main thing is grabbing 10 coins. Like we're seeing on the screen right now, we're seeing a lot of low coin totals. 4 coins, 1 coin. You want to go around, grab up to 10 because that gives you a 2.5% speed bonus. We see that Link getting backed by a green shell, and now Boomer again thrown forward. It does not land, but now we're seeing another bullet bill coming up. Remember, 5 coins, it's just not enough here for these competitors to catch back up. If you have 10 coins, I swear to you, it's so much easier. Wall dodge failed, and now we got the Blue Birdo in first place once again. They have gone blued every single race, I swear to you, as they are going to get hit. And guess what? The Peach Head is right behind them. They're going to try and grab another item set. Did they grab anything they need to take them out of the race? It doesn't look like it. The Birdo grabs the final first place of this qualifier.
Speaking of Birdo, Ant taking the win here. The whole time, well, mostly the whole time, they had that full grip of 10 coins, and if no one else is hitting it out, they're just going to keep running it like you saw there. Even with the blue shell dead setting hit them way out in the lead, they still clutched the win in the end.
You can even look it up. There's comparison videos between 10 coins, 5 coins, even lower than that, and showing how much of a difference of speed of just going in a straight line is, right? In moments like that where you're on a glider section and you're just driving in a straight line, having a 10 coin difference between a 5 coin difference is so substantial. Oh, I think we saw another tiebreaker.
Yep. We got Pod 12 and Pod 8 tied with 38. Wait for it.
Well, I don't think that's actually because I saw third place being tied as well. So I don't know if we capped out on that 6th person moving forward to semifinals. So it's quite an interesting situation right now. I think we'll get the scores up very, very soon, and we'll be able to count that down as we got Dave Bruin cooking what he does best. But yeah, that's close. If another competitor did not tie for third, we might have seen a tiebreaker. But right now, we are just chilling for the time being, trying to see what's popping, what's going on, and who's moving forward to that semifinals. Because guess what? If you thought qualifiers is tough, semifinals is going to be even tougher, man.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait to see how much of a change that battle will be.
Qualifiers is just like practice run. And speaking of qualifiers, we have Cozy Fog with another bit of knowledge in the Twitch chat. Says, did I see that Mario finished 6th in the last race? Good thing it's a qualifier. That could have been ugly. Exactly like Pidgey just mentioned. If it was semis or especially in grands, if that same situation happened, that would just end your run flat out.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Yeah, no, it's one of those aspects of the game that I love the most because every single race is a factor in your overall point total, right? You cannot just, and I also like that, hey, you can have a bad race. You can have even 2 bad races and still come back. Like what we're seeing in the point totals right now, we're seeing in the 26s, 27s, 25s even making it into semifinals. So you don't have to feel like, hey, I have to do good every single race. Just feel like you have to be consistent, race well, and finish well.
Even as I mentioned earlier, even top 2 had a 2-point difference as well.
And we do have the scoreboard from qualifier number 3. So if you do want to see how you did, we got it right here. Ant finishing in first place with 51 points. King of Flies in second with 49 points. Thick Filet, what a name, I love it,
I know, right?
with 38 points. Cheesy tying in third with 38 points. And then Myth tying in Myth in fifth. My goodness, tongue-tied. With 33 points, and then just another JD who actually did tie, I believe. They did. Just another JD tied, and now this is the tiebreaker on the screen. Remember, it's a random race, 150cc, and this is to move on to semifinals, and we're already seeing it. The Link dragging the green shell to take out that Waluigi.
This map also has a free Nisk at the final turn right before the glider ramp. If you time your turbo right, you'll drift or you'll boost right through it.
So this is Potato and just another JD. Just another JD is on the Waluigi and Potato is on the Link. We're going to be seeing a red shell being used.
A lot of back and forth going into this final turn. Waluigi choosing not to take the Nisk cut, as does Link.
Yeah, honestly, I'm always 50-50 on that too. If you don't get it exactly right, you'll get stuck pretty brutally in that off-road. But what a grab from this Waluigi, being able to grab a pretty huge item. But guess what? Mushrooms are absolutely a useful item, especially in a 1v1 situation. Being able to grab some mushrooms and catch back up, it's so useful. But we're seeing, I think the Waluigi fell off the track, and now you got to slow down.
Oh!
No! Gets air horn and drops back down to second. They had the opportunity to take over if they just press the B button, slow down, wait for the air horn to be used, and then pass them. But right now, we are currently seeing Link on the screen, Potato, with a green shell going into this last lap. They're going to be able to just chill for the time being until they can get a really good lineup, then throw it forward. Honestly, I would have just tried it right there, bounce it off the hill.
Honestly, if it were me, if I was the Link, I would re-roll both my single green and the boomerang, hope for reds.
Yeah, I would too. Right now, you really want to grab like as many reds as possible to take out first place. If you roll your items right now, that's what I would do. Go for the double item box, but they're going to hold on to them. Remember, it's only for first place. You got to get the item to take out first. And now Waluigi will be moving forward, and that's just another JD making it into semifinals.
With an interesting loadout with the Tanuki Kart and the GLA tires.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? They made it. They had a good score. Just another JD will be the one moving forward. Potato, unfortunately, your time ends here. And then Storm Smash, Boboi's, Blackberry Jam, and CC Gene will be eliminated today. But, man, we got the first 6 for our next semifinals, so that's going to be quite interesting. Remember, semifinals, 6 races, so you got to be a little bit more consistent than you normally are.
Entirely correct. You got to keep your lines nice and tight as you have, and if not, even tighter. Like I said earlier on Sky Garden, if you Nisk through the off-road, you'll maintain the boost and push you through the rest of the way. That can happen on any map, even if there's like a tiny thread of off-road.
Yeah, and now we got qualifier number 4.
We got Bobo Ice, Hawks with Socks, Day 1418, Bugachine, Cosmic Duo, Steakberry, Keither Dude, K. Gill, Vrask, Ariel Apostle, At the Island, and Demos.
Ooh, it's going to be fun. Ariel Apostle coming out from out of the state to be here with us today and to, join their family as well. They got family out here, which is absolutely Absolutely amazing.
Yep,
Got to shout out Storm Rush Gaming as well. Wonderful organization. I know that we all love everything that they do. They put together amazing events. Storm Rush Gaming, look them up. They have fantastic organizers for that as well.
They've also helped sponsor at least an event or two with us here at PlayEX as well in the past.
They're a really great organization. Sal, who runs it, just does some really great work, really great tournaments. He puts together a great show. But right now, we are waiting for these competitors to get in the lobby. Danny's helping people get their controllers connected.
We already got one DC right away. Hopefully, we can get him in rather quickly.
Yeah, Danny's going to do that work, get him back in the lobby. Remember, there's 12 people with their own switches. But yeah, we do got the rule set coming up right now. Once again, if you didn't know, this was the qualifying rounds. 4 rounds of 12 competitors. And now we got going into those semifinals. We're going to have 2 lobbies of 12. Player select tracks, 6 races, 150cc, top 6 lobby advances. But if you want to learn how this tournament format works, got it right here. We're going into the last qualifying round, which is going to be super, super exciting. 4 races. And at the end of the day, it's just top 6 that moves forward.
It's 6 races for semis.
Yes, 6 races for semis.
So it's a double-edged sword. It's more opportunity to just keep continuing to run with it. If you have a giant lead in the first 4 races and you keep furthering that lead for race 5, you're basically golden in race 6. However, on the flip side, if you have a really bad 3 or 4 races, it's not going to look good for you, unfortunately.
No, not at all. You got to realize, hey, you got to do what you got to do to finish your race as best as you can. Even if that means you have to go back for a second, try and grab a bullet build, grab a star, trying to do what you can to just get as many points as possible during those final moments of your race. Because if you don't do well in your final if you're getting like 12th, 11th, 10th every single race, you're not going to be able to make it to that semifinals.
Another play I like to make is if I get hit out right away at the first stretch from the first item line, I'll circle back around and start bagging an extra item or 2, hopefully for powerful items to make an even better comeback, even lap 2 or lap 3 in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to do that all the time, too. I used to just like to chill in second place, wait for the blue shell to advance, and then they'll be able to take out first, and I don't have to do a thing. Just being able to stay close to first place, wait for the blue shell, shock or otherwise, being able to hit them out. I like to do that more times than not, because then I cannot worry about a blue shell coming. Because if you didn't know, it takes 30 seconds from one blue shell to another to spawn. So you will have a 30-second leeway time.
Exactly. Just let the game do the hard work for you. Like I said, if you're in second,
I was trying to
wait
wait for that announcement.
Oh yeah, if the track's been played already, don't pick it again. Minus 10 penalty if you do. If you make it to top 6 and you're in semifinals, don't go anywhere because semifinals is right after this.
Now we're going to be getting ready for the final qualifier of today. So it's going to be a really fun one. We got the list right here of these competitors currently. I'm really, really excited to see what's going to be happening. Currently, we got the lobby list here. Once again, Bobo Ice, Hawks Besox, Day Day, Bugachine, Cosmic Duo, Steakberry, Keither Dude, K Gill, Verask, Aeropostale at the Island, and Demos. I'll be rounding it out, and there will be with their corresponding pod. But yeah, no, it's going to be a really, really fun last qualifier. It's been an amazing event so far. Cannot wait to see how semifinals is going to go.
Oh yeah, a lot of people recognize the name Aerial Apostle from his nights at S&S, Saturday Night Speedway at the Luxor Hotel and Casino events at the Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, that's where that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, Luxor, the HyperX Arena at the Luxor. Our Mario Kart tournaments go absolutely insane as well. Really, really fun event. But now we're seeing a lot of, you know what? I don't like seeing DK Summit, Rosalina Ice World.
Yep.
Oh man,
Cheeseland.
That's a tough one.
Getting a revote for both Weibo Road and Mount Wario, I see, along with 2 randoms and a Sherbet Land. What do you want to see, Pidgey?
Out of these tracks, probably Ribbon Road. I love it. I love seeing people fall off the track. It's super original. It's super wavy. But we are going to Bowser's Castle.
Also a good pick. This is one of my personal favorites, too, from Wave 0, I like to call it.
I do love this track as well. I think it's really, really fun. It's really unique. I love the Miley Cyrus wrecking ball that you see in the very beginning of the race. It's very, very fun.
Agreed.
And it is actually brutal because you're going to be seeing different parts of the track activate as the laps go on. So you'll be seeing lasers in this first section. Once you get to the second lap, it's going to be an absolute battle once it comes down to it. And you got to be careful of where you're driving. But right now, just because I know his loadout, Aerial Postal's chilling in first place. With a coin in hand, so they didn't get hit out right away. Avoids the first fire. The wrecking ball doesn't even phase them. And now they got a coin in hand to just chill with for the time being. Green shell going to be used for defense right now with this pink gold peach, which is actually such a good idea. If you don't feel like you're going to be able to land the snipe, press left trigger and use that item for defense. It's never a bad choice. Beautiful roll into the double item box.
We also had the island right behind Aerial Apostle. Had a second red shell in hand. Chose not to get a free hit on an Aerial who had nothing before the glider ramp pulled another double set of item boxes for defense.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to happen through the second lap. And what we see is a blue shell on the way.
Oh, sideswipes the Waluigi on the jet bike before they could activate the star.
We're going to be seeing now that blue Yoshi, which is Aerial Apostle, going to get hit by that blue shell. They didn't have anything to avoid it with, and now the Bullet Bill bringing this black Yoshi up to 5th place. They're going to be able to just chill for the time being. Let's see what Waluigi can do here with the Piranha Plant. Almost falls off the track. Was thankful enough that Piranha Plant was there to save him. Now we got Yoshi on the screen. Red shell for defense. And a shot comes down. And that's so sad to see because they had double defense, which is such a rarity to have in first.
Not just that, but the player behind him, Aerial Apostle, only had a single green shell in hand for the offense.
That is brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Especially on a track like that, there's not a lot of straightaways to get a clean shot with a green shell, or a bomb for that matter.
No, there's a lot of curved angles that you really got, like you said, got to practice. You got to practice always throwing the green shell forward and understand, like at this section, really great spot to use a green shell. But now we're seeing this Dry Bowser who's having a little bit tougher time because guess what? It's a heavier character, so they go a little bit faster, but they're struggling a little bit through these turns. But guess what? We're getting down to it. It's the third lap. Another blue shell on the way for Aerial Postal. The blue shell hits the boulder. They try to dodge with it, but now they're going to drop all the way down to second. The gold peach is going. They're throwing back the bananas, and they grab first place of this final qualifier.
That's what happens with every race. If you're running it the entire way, great, but if you get hit in the most inopportune time, that'll just take the dub right away from you.
But we're going to be seeing this Peachette working their way up, using the golden mushroom into the wall. They're going to be bouncing around.
Hopefully
but
not
still,
the bananas. Another shock right
but
before the line.
Does not matter. We're going to be seeing that other competitor use a bullet bill that will probably bring them to the finish line to get this all wrapped up here. The point total showing right now. Pod number 5 on top of the leaderboard, which is
Cosmic Duo.
Making a little bit of a run for Aerial Postal here right now.
That's why I come back to the topic earlier. Even if it's someone you've known for a long time who's really good, anyone could take them over in a heartbeat, as you saw with Bowser's Castle there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Honestly, Bowser's Castle is just really fun. You have that ending shortcut that you saw right there, being able to give you a few spots as well. But right now, we're going to be seeing another whole new map selection pick here.
See a couple of votes for Bone Dry Dunes, Cheeseland.
I love Bone Dry Dunes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I like to see either Space Road or Big Blue, but we are going to Big Blue. Here we go.
He said, I'd love to see Space or Big Blue, but Big Blue. Oh, man. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go because guess what? There's a lot of huge shortcuts on this track, right? You have the one in the middle, the one at the end. Let's see who's going to be able to take those because those shortcuts in particular save you so much time. But right now, we are starting on the pink gold peach who finished in first. They're going to get passed up right away. They didn't get the best boost start in the world, but still keeping up with that top 3 run right now in the beginning of the race. Currently going on to Waluigi on the Comet, and now they're going to be bumped around. Oh, no! Falls off the track, throws the green forward. And now we got Aerial Postal in first place, coin in hand. They're going to be able to chill, but guess what? You got a Yoshi right behind you. The red shell tracked to the Daisy, and now the Yoshi's going to be able to stay in second place for the time being.
Going to go back to Vraska ninth. Not hang on to the drift. Going to choose to use the mushroom to get back up to speed. Reroll a single box. Going to get more triple mushrooms. Not really good item, especially in the back of the mid pack.
Now we're going to be seeing, oh, the green shell just bouncing across the wall, throws the red shell forward. Beautiful roll into the double item box, because it's always better to roll for new items if you don't know a shortcut's coming up for the time being. So if you're able to grab some more aggressive items, it's always a better situation to do. But right now we're seeing Aeropostale getting their item ghosted, backs their banana to roll into some more items, trying to get something to avoid the inevitable blue shell that's probably on the way. We'll see what happens though. Red shell in hand. Let's see. Gonna throw it forward, but Aerial does have the defense for it, and they missed the double item box. So guess what? You gotta just hope and pray that you're gonna be able to grab double reds for this final section. They do not. Throws the green forward. Will it land? No. Goes off the section, and now they're gonna be stuck in second, and Aerial grabs first place.
The island, unfortunately, only having a single red as final item. Unable to take over Aerial Apostle for the win.
And now we're seeing this Shy Guy in 8th place. Uses the golden mushroom. Almost gets hit by the star, but they're going to be able to work their way forward. No! Gets past
right
at the line!
No!
Oh,
they had it!
God. The shock allowed the person in the star to cross the line faster than them. That is brutal. I really wish they changed the golden mushroom in the next game, right? Because I feel like the golden mushroom should like give you star power or something for the time being. Like, you know, like it stops and goes as you use the golden mushroom. Just give it a little bit of an advantage, honestly.
Either that or just let the boost actually work. Because I don't know how many times, I'm sure it's happened to you multiple times where you have like a regular mushroom, right? And you're neck and neck, someone right beside, you're like holding hands, you're that close. You figure, I'll use my mushroom and pass them. Like, no, you're going the same speed regardless.
Yep. It's so weird. It's so stupid. I really hope that they do change the golden mushroom in the next game that's coming out. But man, it's my least favorite item in the game easily.
Speaking of mushrooms, you know what I want them to bring back in a future Mario Kart? The Mega Mushroom.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that was a very fun item to use. I think
it really was.
Really interactive, really fun. We're getting into the next race of this qualifier. We're going back. Mr. Beast picked Music Park. Not Mr. Beast, actually, but yeah, it's a me. But yeah, no, they're going to be going to Music Park here for this next race. Like I said before, I love it. The attention to detail on this track is insane. When you go down the piano keys, it lines up with the music of the track, which is fantastic. I really do wish that they were able to add more music-based tracks, because this one, it's just so satisfying. It's so great. But we're starting it off onto Aerial Apostle, grabbing the single item box, and now they're going to be, oh, wow, the red shell goes right around them, and the Piranha Plant's going to chomp it down. What a change up there. Honestly, that's been happening a lot since the DLC. A lot of the red shells might track a little bit differently. Going over this Daisy, though, going to be able to have a mushroom in hand, going to be able to hold on to it until the shortcut towards the end, most likely.
Look at the second place. We got a Peachette on the Teddy. Looking to reroll. Nope, not doubles, just a single box. See what they get. Single banana, not really enough on this final turn to take over Aerial Apostle in first.
We're going to be seeing Waluigi being able to avoid those fire flowers, and now mushroom in hand. Doesn't use it just yet, but uses it to try and gain a little bit of distance, but the red shell is tracking towards the Waluigi, a heartbreaking situation, but they're going to be able to grab an item there. Still seeing a lot of low coin totals. Remember, you kind of want to go out of the way for them sometimes, especially in these first two laps, to be able to get up to 10 coins. The metaphor I use, oh no, the Black Yoshi gets dragged out and going to drop all the way down to 6. But like I said, if you have 10 coins, you're going 45 miles per hour. If you have 5, you're going 40. If you have 0, you're going 35. It is a huge difference if you're able to grab those 10 coins.
Got the island still maintaining second place, posing a threat to Aerial. Shock lands going into the final lap. This could make or break Aerial's run here. Depends on what the island gets on this item set. Let's see what they get. They do get a red shell. They instantly throw it along with the box it came in. Will it hit Aerial? It does not. Aerial's going to keep running it.
Aerial had the defense for that red shell. They're going to be able to grab the double.
Oh, they do not.
Too soon.
He's shaking his head in despair.
Oh, no. Will this be the end for Aerial? That's the question of the day.
He chooses to go to ground side through the giant music blocks.
The Peachette has the opportunity. Beautiful
blue
back.
shell on the way.
Did they fall off the track? They fell off the track. No.
Oh,
Aerial's going to get hit. twice, though. Will that be the cause of their end of their race? No, they still have a little bit of a lead. Another red shell coming in.
On the way.
They're going to get hit 3 times
Daisy
at
is
the
going to pass
line.
in the Peachette.
Oh, my God.
Ariel, look at me. What happened, bro? Do you want to talk about it? You just choked? You heard it here, folks. He says, quote, he just choked.
He just choked. That was it. Oh, man. That is what a sad situation, because guess what? If he was hit by the red shell like a second later, he would have been able to dodge the blue shell hit frames. But then guess what? The blue shell also hit, and then a red shell hit him. So that's 9 seconds of just dead time for Aerial Apostle. But it also shows how much of a lead they had, and it got taken away almost in an instant. A 9-second instant.
Speaking of lead, we got a 3-point difference between Aerial Apostle and the Island currently going in the next race.
Ooh, 9-point difference. Aerial doing a great job keeping this lead right now.
3-point.
Oh, 3-point. I thought you said 9-point. My bad. But yeah, still 3-point difference. Anyone's race to make it to semifinals. We'll see what's popping. We're seeing DK Summit. We're seeing. I really don't love Waluigi Stadium. I think it's a fine track, but it's very difficult to race on. So I hope to see a little bit a track that's a little bit more forgiving for these racers. But the randomizer is going. It is stopping. Where does it go? Waluigi Stadium for the final race of this qualifier.
This is another good map. I like. Originally, I didn't like how slippery it was when you're drifting. But
It is very slippery.
I've finally gotten used to it, so now it's all right.
Yeah, it's something that you really got to get used to, and a lot of these competitors are not going to be used to, because none of these other tracks have been slippery, but this one, you're going to be sliding around the entire face of the earth, and hopefully they'll be able to manage it pretty well, because I still haven't learned how to manage it personally.
This one also has a more difficult NISC in it, rather,
It does.
where if you line up your drift right, the mud pool, there's a tiny strip of dry land. As you can see, Aerial Apostle's going to check it out here. Misses the mud right at the end, still maintains the lead, which is make or break any player's race.
Yeah, it's a really difficult shortcut, because sometimes you'll just hop your way into the dirt and then you lose so much speed, but it just still saves you so much time than just going around that giant mud puddle. But right now we're seeing Daisy on the screen, going to be able to grab a single item box, and now has a mushroom in hand, going to be able to pop that one and work their way up to that top 3 situation.
Going to see the blue Aerial Apostle narrowly cutting off the shotgun to take over second place. Hanging on to the red. Chooses to throw it before first packs another item. Grabs another red for hopefully another counterattack on first. What will happen? What will they do? Just choose to throw it right before the fire ring. It connects.
What will happen? What will happen? What will happen?
We see
Aerial Apostle being able to take over first place there. But currently just doing a really good job gaining a little bit of momentum going into this third lap. You're going to be seeing this Black Yoshi grab an item box off the side. See what they grab. Oh, that's actually pretty huge, especially if there's a shock in play. If they're able to dodge a shock that could potentially come down, that would absolutely give them the boost that they need to work their way up to the front of the pack. They'll probably pop that star one more time. Aerial doesn't have the defense to avoid the red shell, and now they're going to be able to grab that single item box. Sees the green in front of them, but now they're both going to have to just chill, because, oh, never mind. They tried for the back green. Now they're trying for the after you, but it's going
to Aerial Apostle right before the
Aerial.
boost pad.
That is brutal, and now the Peachette's going to be able to take this wide turn, which could really hurt them, but right now they probably have a 2-second lead. Will this be it for them? Grabs 2 item boxes. Beautiful move there. And now, green shell in hand. They still have a monumental lead right now. Going to be able to see this gold peach in a boo. They got to be careful. The green backs the black Yoshi, and now they're going to take the top path, which is significantly longer. The blue shell is on the way. It's not going to land in time, though.
Ooh, Daisy almost narrowing the locket on the blue shell. Had the triple mushrooms to dodge it. Did not need them in the end.
Oh, man. Aerial finishing in 5th place. What a unfortunate finish for them. But, man, Waluigi Stadium is unforgiving. That's all I can say.
It really
here.
is. 100%.
But right now we're seeing a little bit more of a point total. No tiebreaker here with this qualifier. So 2 out of the 4 qualifiers we had a tiebreaker, but great work from these competitors. That will wrap it up for our qualifiers for the time being. Yeah, and semifinals number 1 is going to come up very shortly. Hopefully, we'll be getting that one started very soon. And yeah, no, what a great qualifier so far. And I can't wait to see all these talented racers coming back for this semifinals and seeing what they can do and potentially get to grands. Because guess what? Once again, it's only top 6 moving forward.
Top 3 had a 9-point difference in that qualifier. Not as tight as what we've seen beforehand, but still actually relatively close overall, even for a qualifier.
But it's going to be quite interesting to see like where that point total really spread, because like you said, yeah, it was a little bit more different, but still we saw a lot of back and forth battling, especially between Aerial Postal and the other Yoshi. It was a very, very fun situation to just watch and be a part of. But man, what a tournament it's been so far, and I cannot wait to see how the tournament's going to heat up for these semifinals. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to see.
Especially for all the newer folks here live in person in the audience, as well as you at home online. You thought those rounds in the qualifiers were amazing, just you wait.
Yeah.
You have no idea yet.
The back and forth battle is going to be absolutely amped up to. I always like to say qualifiers are a 10. Semifinals is 100 difficulty, and now you're going to get to 1,000 difficulty once you get to grand finals, because everyone has now fought for their respective spot. Everyone got a good score. Everyone has done really well, but we do have the scores
coming up here.
For qualifier number 4.
Got 51 points, lobby 4 at the island, taking it away over Aerial Apostle with 47 points in second place, followed by Cosmic Duo with 42. We got Keither Dude with 41, Hawks with Socks, love the name by the way, with 34, and Vrask barely clutching it with a 2-point difference at 26. Unfortunately, with Bugachine, Steakberry, Bobo Ice, K-Gill, Demos, and Day Day, your run ends here.
Unfortunate for them, but fortunate for the top 6 that's going to be moving forward at the island. You know what? Giving Aerial Postal a little run for their money, so we got some talent here today. Cannot wait to see how that's going to go. But honestly, it's going to be an interesting situation. Hopefully, we'll get those semifinals. I think we might have the semifinalists. Might want to just call. Nope, I don't. Let's see. Let's refresh the page. We do not do. Yes, we do. So in the first semifinals, we're going to have Deuced, Soul Zombie, The Island. All right. So yes. Oh, we do already have them up on the screen. I believe we're going to be calling those out on the screen actually. Eventually, but yeah, no, it's going to be a very, very, very intense event, because guess what? It's top 6 once again, but now it's 6 races, so there's a big difference here where you can have a few more bad races and still catch back up. Currently, Danny Fathom calling up the competitors onto their pods. They are getting ready to battle. We do have the first semifinalist.
We got Sloppy Gunner, Gamma Star, Pepperjack, Aerial Apostle, Just Another JD, King of Flies, Lady Jewels, Fire Goat, Hawks with Socks, Plat V, Vrask, and At the Island for semifinals number 1.
Oh, man.
I think, I don't want to jinx it or anything. I think, look at the list, I think I know who's going to be top 3. I'm not going to say names, but I think I'll let you know at the end if I'm correct or not.
A little bit of bias coming out. But, yeah, no, it's going to be a very interesting battle. We saw At the Island, you know what, battling Aerial Apostle in that qualifier, but now they have to battle 10 other competitors who have played extremely well to get to this point. It's going to be an absolute fun situation to see. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be subbing out for Danny Fathom in the house once he gets everyone situated. Cannot wait to see what he's got to say on the mics and how his experience has been so far.
Got a minor hiccup. We're just switching some players around before we get the semifinals number 1 underway real quick. Make sure everyone's in their correct seating pods.
Yeah, that helps a lot with the point total. Don't want to have your points going to another competitor.
Yeah.
It's all organized by pod number.
We don't want to see someone like Aerial Apostle having like 3 points after 6 races. That's not even possible.
He got the repick penalty multiple times,
yeah.
You know?
Minus 1,000.
You know what? Just the instant handicap, minus 49 points for Aerial. Sorry.
We don't
Mega
make the
J,
rules. I don't mean to interrupt, but we got Mega J Kiza in the Twitch chat rooting for Aerial.
Honestly, it's really, really exciting to see a lot of support. And we're going to be back with the first semifinals of the PeoriaCon Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament. We will be back in just a little bit for this action.
Don't go anywhere.